Hey now, Grizz here, coming in today with some fresh knives. Right now, what we got here, oh, isn't she a beauty? Oh, you can really tell, it's high quality. You know, it's a stiletto that actually says stiletto on it. You know, all good stilettos always say stiletto on them. And look at the craftsmanship on that flipper. Oh my God, it looks like it was cast, for Christ's sake. Oh, the action, not bad. Again, stiletto, in case you didn't realize. And then this word down here that's meant to look like latama, but is not. The best part of this is all handmade by Tiger. Oh, I can see the hand workmanship right there. Oh, it's 1045 surgical steel, only the finest. Italian design, but handcrafted in China. But they had to let you know it's an Italian design, as if you wouldn't notice. Of course, this has a great lock on it. Look at this. Boom. Ah, yeah. That lock holds like nothing. You know, you pay extra for that kind of quality. That's just the kind of quality you expect from a handcrafted design in China, designed in Italy knife. But seriously, here's what I came to look at today. Today, I want to talk about the Minichamp. I have avoided the Minichamp for a while. I think it's kind of silly. There's a couple of questionable tool choices on here, but I finally figured, let me give it a try and check it out. You know, this is obviously the Celador version, little beat up, you know. I picked it up used for a few bucks. Same story as always. So for that price, I was like, yeah, let me jump on it. Got the little pen dealy going on, and the key with that pen to use that is to bend out one of these tools up here so you can actually kind of hold it like an actual pen. Then it makes it a lot easier to use. Although, you know, you wouldn't want to use this for much more than jotting down a quick note or signing for a package or something like that. Most likely a package with your next knife delivery in it. So let's check out the layers on this bad boy. Boy, she's got a lot up here, huh? First of all, we've got the infamous cuticle pusher. Yeah, that's what it is, a cuticle pusher. That's what it is for. I don't know how often you need to push cuticles, like that you need to carry one around with you, but it gave them another tool to slip in here. You know, this is the infamous little scoop that, you know, people know what they do with this. You know what you do with this. Don't act like a bunch of children and pretend we don't know what that's for. We know exactly what that's for. Next up. Now, here's the second. That being the first, here's the second questionable tool choice to me. Is this ruler? I mean, come on. It's what, an 1.25 inch ruler with a, you know, with the tip for the 2D Phillips and the flathead screws. I mean, that's fine, but that already existed on the nail file in the SD Classic. So, you know, it seems like just an excuse to squeeze another layer in. Not a big fan of that guy. Next up, if I can get it out, is the package hook, package opener. I mean, that's fine. Again, I just, it's like, it's a knife. It's already a package opener. How much more of a package opener do I need on my little knife that's for opening packages? Yeah, I don't get it. But it's pretty cool. I'm sure some people like it. I'm sure there's other stuff you could do with it. It works as an orange peeler like the Executive too. But it's actually designed for like ripping open plastic packages. And then, I think, does that take care of this one? Oh, here we go. Now, here's something cool to have. This is called their emergency blade. They included this on knives they would give out as promotional items to doctors from drug companies. I found a lot of these when I was younger. I had a couple of these from a friend's dad who was a doctor. And they would, you know, say whatever drug was trying to be pushed on the American public at the time on the handle. And they'd have this blade that is ostensibly for doing a tracheotomy. But basically just a little medical scalpel. Very sharp, very useful. You know, it's a sharp, pokey thing. What more do you want? And then finally, I believe, at least, on this side, we've got the nail file. Now, I mentioned earlier that I don't like that they took the screwdriver tip and put it on that ruler and made it another layer. But what I do appreciate about this is I like having the nail cleaner tip. I carry an old classic, or what would be like actually a bijou, but it's an old version before they had the SD version, because I like being able to actually, you know, get that under my fingernails and get dirt out of there if I have to. Got the stippled file on it. Very cool. Great tool. Next up, we have, if I can get to it, Jesus, having a bad day today. Lord help me. We've got the main blade. Looks like this one's been worked down a little bit, but if they did a great job on it. So I'm not mad about it. So we've got our main, your giant main blade here, basically your pen blade. Very good. Very good stuff. Next up, we've got the skizzers. 58 millimeter skizzers. Very useful. I've used these quite often in like a fish parking lot, places like that. Perfect place for having to cut up little sheets of paper. And then, last but not least, the famous Phillips head combination bottle opener, wire stripper. It does it all. Now, this is a great tool. This was a great addition. This is the second version of the Minichamp. The original Minichamp debuted before this tool had been developed, so it didn't have this tool, and it was a bit thinner. I'm actually looking for one of them. I would rather have that. I mean, it's great having the Phillips driver, but I'll have that on my main knife, so I don't really need it. Plus, the screws you can drive with this, you can pretty much drive with the other, with the ruler tip. So it's, it's kind of redundant. It's cool adding the cap lifter, though. It does work well, even though it's a very small cap lifter. I've never tried the stripping notch on one of these. I'm sure it works just fine. But, it's a stripping notch is kind of like an antiquated thing, but it'll work in a pinch. But, so that's the Minichamp. Now, let me propose a superior alternative, in my humble opinion. The Rambler. A Rambler is close to half the thickness, maybe 2/3 the thickness at most. Now, on the Minichamp, you've got the tweezers. You lose the toothpick in lieu of the pen, which is not particularly easy to get out on this model because of where the blade is positioned against the switch. But anyway, the Rambler. Why do I like the Rambler better? It's smaller, and it does almost all the same jobs. We've got a main blade. Bam. Again, we've got the Phillips combo tool. Very cool. Then on the other side, we have the SD nail file, which combines 2 layers of that tool into one. And yeah, you lose the ruler, but I mean, come on, Victorinox. If the ruler is that important, print it on the back of the damn nail file. I mean, making a separate layer of the same tool with just a ruler on it is like one of the least efficient uses of space I've seen. I usually praise their effective use of space, like adding a file on the back of the hook on the compact, the files they used to have on their square Phillips drivers. That's a great use of space. Adding a layer to add a 1.5-inch ruler is absolutely ludicrous, in my opinion. So you get rid of 2 layers right there, and then you've got the skizzers. Now, of course, you do not have the second blade on this one, but let's face it, nobody's carrying this as their main knife. I mean, in a pinch, you still got a blade, and it'll be your 3rd blade if you're carrying a regular SAK. So, I mean, how many blades do you need? It's ridiculous. Stop it. Just stop it. So anyway, there's the Minichamp for guys who want to have everything possible, and my suggestion, the Rambler for guys who want to have everything necessary. Anyway, I'm Petey Grizz. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.